each and every day. Love and live your way. Do your very best. Learn and lead today. Be the best you can. It's your life. Take a stand, so live your best life. Live your best life. Come on and live your best life. With Dr. Julia Royston. For I've come that you might have life, and you might have it to the full, overflowing, and to abundant life that God came, died, buried, and raised to give us. So I'm so excited to bring another edition of Live Your Best Life. Yes, I'm author, speaker, and coach, Dr. Julia Royston, bringing you Live Your Best Life. And today I have the distinct pleasure of introducing, bringing to the stage, bringing to the audience, and introducing you to Miss Staci Stills. Hey!
Hello.
So glad you're here. So glad you're here. And I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, kind of your background, and then where we can follow us, because we kind of want to make sure that people in the beginning and the ending will be able to connect with you, because it's going to be fantastic. Take it away.
Amazing. So first of all, thank you, Dr. Royston, for having me here this morning. I absolutely love the Live Your Best Life. Like, everybody wants to live their best life, whatever that is for you, whatever that is for me.
Exactly.
That should exemplify our lives, living our best lives. So as you said, I'm Staci Stills. I'm the founder of the Fit Mom movement, and I help moms and busy women to stay fit 5 minutes at a time. So I am a Zumba instructor, fitness instructor, personal trainer. That's who I am for the sake of this podcast and for this experience. But underneath it all, I'm a wife and I'm a mom. And I am a Christian, and I kind of live my life under all of those umbrellas that I just told you about. So what I'm usually doing on social media is giving you fun, maybe sometimes challenging, but quick workouts that you can do anywhere. And you can find me on Fit Mom Moves, probably everywhere: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, and then at www.fitmommoves.com. So those are the internet street outlets that you can meet me and find me.
She is everywhere on the internet streets. So, oh my goodness. So as you can tell, Miss Staci that wears a lot of hats, and I'm trying to figure out where I want to start. Okay, let's first start off with mom, the busy mom thing, because I really believe that people need to know what that looks like, and what does that look like for you, and what does that look like for other people, because living your best life, exactly, that's what this show is all about. But giving people tools and tips and resources to be able to do that is what we're about. But more importantly, people need to know they need to modify those things. We may look like, "Woo, I'm Superwoman," but that's not necessarily so. So give the busy mom, because you're an extremely busy mom. Tell us about your children, what age they are. They're all boys, right?
All boys, yes.
All boys. So tell us a little about what that. Yeah, we're praying for you. As a former teacher, yes, Lord.
Yes.
But tell us a little bit about what that looks like for kind of your day. And then some tips of some things that you do to live your best life and make it all work. Being a wife, a mother, a business owner, entrepreneur, fitness coach. Oh, I could go on and on.
So I would say that I am the example, the epitome of a busy mom. And I think that's why it's so dear to my heart. I have a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old. Yes. So just that by itself is a full-time job. Right. The sports activities that they have, they're in football, they're in swimming, they're in lacrosse, they're doing acting and shows, whatever the case may be for that particular season in our lives. We're doing that. And then I didn't even say this, but I'm a nurse. So
by trade, that's what you do for
by trade. Yes,
by
I am a
trade, by
nurse.
your
Yes,
academic trade.
yes,
You do all these other things. So you're a nurse.
yes.
Oh, okay. So, oh, good. So keep
She
going.
said, "Ooh,
Oh
good."
my gosh.
So yes,
I didn't
so
even
on
know
top,
that part.
so my day is busy. I usually try to wake up early, which means I have to go to bed early because I want to make sure I get enough rest. So that's tip number one for the busy moms. I know our to-do list is extremely long, but we have to take time to rest. That doesn't mean sleep. That means sleep and rest quality.
Okay, wait a minute. Stop right there. What is the
Okay.
difference? Sleep and rest.
So we all sleep. We all close our eyes for whatever time it is. But
Right.
if our minds are still racing, if
Right.
we're still up and actively thinking, we're not resting. We're just sleeping.
Great tip. Great tip.
Yes. So you want to make sure that you're resting, and then you want to carve out some time for you. So my kids can wake up pretty early, which means I try to do that 5 to 6:30 time frame where I can get my meditation in, get my devotional in, get a little quick workout, because once they're up, the day starts.
Right.
You know, so that's getting them ready for school, breakfast, to the lunch, to the bus stop, all those things.
Wow.
So that's the morning. And then when they come home, it's the same thing. It's the homework, it's the get the dinner, it's the activities if they have anything. And that's just not including, you know, being a wife and all the Christian and church things that we do. So it's busy, pretty busy. And then on top of that, I have to fit in my clients. So they're working out, we're making plans for them. I'm holding fitness classes and things like that. So it is quite busy. So rest, boundaries, and you have to have a schedule. You have to have a schedule. Yes.
And so, I mean, you know, that just looks like, you know, so how many hours of sleep do you actually get each night?
I try on a good, my goal is 10 to 5 to sleep if I can, which is pretty good. That's about 7 hours of sleep. Yeah. If I can do that, if I know that I can wake up later, then I'll pull like a 12 to 1. Because if I can sleep to 7 or 8, that's still good for me. Right. So I try to get a good solid 7 hours of sleep. Does it always work out like that? No. But I try to do that.
Wow. Okay, so having rest, having boundaries. Now that's probably where the biggest problem a lot of women have is setting those boundaries and then also having a schedule. And the boundaries and the schedule, they kind of, to me, go hand in hand. How do you overcome yourself? Because I really think, honestly, we're in our own way, you know, and you can agree or disagree. But I really think for me, you know, I'm in my own way. I'm stopping me because I can control the scenarios and I can control the narratives. Now, I realize there are a lot of things, illness, death, a fire, major things that are out of our control. But the things that you can control, when you go to bed, when you get up, you may not control when your little ones get up.
Right.
They do their own things. And if you have little bitty babies, they really do their own thing. But, you know, when you can, so giving yourself that permission to, okay, I'm okay. I've got to stop. You know, as we're heading into a new year, new decade, new month, whenever you're listening to this, you know, you've got to be able to stop and face your life and face reality like head on each time. So how do you give yourself permission to be able to do that?
I've learned, I've learned from experience that if I don't, the train will crash and burn. Because see, I'm the conductor on a lot of trains. So if the conductor isn't rested, if I don't set those boundaries, then every train that I'm conducting will crash and burn. So I give myself permission because I'm a better me when I set boundaries.
Right. You can be a better mother. You can be a better wife.
Absolutely. So for example, you know, we're talking about fitness and starting a new year off and all those things. You have to have the social piece. You have to have the relaxation piece. And you have to have the stimulation piece. So once a month, I get together with 5 of my cousins and we do whatever we plan to do, but it's set in my schedule
Right.
every fourth Saturday of the month. And the boundary is that my husband knows, my children knows, everyone knows. So everyone is in accord with that. My husband plans his schedule around that. So that's the boundary that is set, that no matter what is breaking loose throughout the month, I have that fourth Saturday for a few hours where I can just be Staci, not mom, not the businesswoman, not, the wife, but just Staci, and have a good time. And I think that that's where, as moms, we fail ourselves, because we're always in mom mode and we never give ourselves permission to step out of that and be who we are before we were mom.
Oh, that's incredible. That is something that a lot of us have to work for, and we have to work toward. Do you still do date night with your husband?
I do. See, we don't do it as we need to do it as strategically as I do that, but we do still. As a matter of fact, we have one coming up the new year, so I'm going to take him out for lunch the new year.
Okay.
But we travel a lot. We've traveled a couple times this year, and we do try to make it our business to get away from the kids sometimes.
I think that is wonderful. My husband and I, we still do that too. It may look different at different times, because now we're both retired. So right. Because of retirement, we're able to, okay, let's just go out for breakfast. But it's getting me away from my computer. It's giving me away from books. It's getting me away from writing and business for at least a few minutes, to just really do us and really do something to it. Yeah, to connect and really like, ooh, how's it going? And breathe and let somebody else serve us, besides, having to serve each other. So I think that's so critical, and that's so key in relationships, to be able to do that and to make that happen. Okay, so I want to switch gears a little bit, because I'm still in the boundaries and limits. So how did you get to Fitness Mom? Because we're talking about mom, wife, nursing. How did we get to the business entrepreneur side of you?
So the short of it is, going way back, I was an athlete in my youth. So I played sports in high school. I did track and basketball, volleyball, softball. I did everything. And then I played basketball in college. So I think I always had the knack or the propensity for being physically active, playing sports, having fun, all that kind of stuff. But then as I got older, I stopped playing sports as much. That's generally what happens to adults as we get older. Even if we played sports or had a love, whether it was dancing, we kind of get pushed away because we have responsibilities, we become parents, and yada, yada, yada. So when I first had my first son, I remember me not being able to get to the gym as much. I would go to the gym a few days a week during my lunch break. And I couldn't get to the gym as much. And that was frustrating for me, not only physically, but mentally it was frustrating. So I said, well, before I was a nurse, I had this exercise science degree. So why don't you use it? Like, you have a knack for it, just come and do. So I started to do workouts at home. I started to plan my workouts at home. And as you said, babies are very unpredictable. So they had to be short, quick workouts, because I could lay him down thinking I'm going to go get this hour workout in, and about 15 minutes, he may want to eat again. So I started to do these 15-minute workouts. And that's really where Fit Mom Moves came about. It came from my life. It came from my passion. And it came from me knowing that it was needed, that there was moms out there like me who were so busy, who didn't have the knowledge and the background when it comes to health and fitness, but wanted to stay healthy and wanted to stay well. So that's where Fit Mom Moves came from. And I began to create these 15-minute workouts for moms that they can do anywhere. Like,
I think I might be able to do that one.
Like anywhere.
I might be able to hang in there 15 minutes. I think I can do it for 15 minutes. Don't have me jumping jacks and running around, but I think I can move my arms and lift my legs for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
But it just,
I was just about to say, the thing is, that's shorter than a TV show. So it's something that's committable. Like, you can commit yourself to 15 minutes, as you just said.
So so give me an example, because I know everybody's not going to be able to see this, but
Mm-hmm.
give me an example of some things that somebody can do. Well, first off,